1915, work begins in an upper-class house in the suburbs in which Edna Purviance is the pretty maid and Marta Golden is the harassed lady of the house. Her husband, Billy Armstrong, is very upset when he learns that his breakfast isn't ready because there's something wrong with the kitchen stove. While Billy goes into the kitchen to inspect the leaky gas stove himself, in the dining room, Edna helps Marta prepare for a quick breakfast for her husband. Meanwhile, Charlie, an apprentice paper hanger, is pulling his tough boss, Charles Inslee, and his wagon towards Billy's house. By tilting the camera to make the hill appear so steep, Chaplin, the director, creates a memorable sight gag for Charlie the tramp. Billy, the cranky husband, still demands his hot tea for breakfast. Marta sends in Edna to try to appease his anger. But Edna is too chicken to try to light the stove. Struggling to make his way to the top, poor Charlie loses his footing. Using all his strength, Charlie, the world's most abused apprentice, finally makes it in a display of brilliant pantomime. They arrive at the house of the boss's friend, Paddy the bricklayer. He has to walk a few blocks to work, so the boss insists that he ride to work on his wagon. Gas leak or not, Billy insists on his hot breakfast before leaving for a hard day at the office. Charlie finally arrives at Billy's house, ready for a hard day's work. Inside, Marta is still having trouble getting the old stove to work. Just then, the paper hangers arrive. Billy is getting later all the time. Marta gives the totally disinterested paper hanger careful instructions on how to carry out her artistic ideas in decorating the house. Meanwhile, Charlie figures out how to carry in all the supplies in one trip. Now Marta gives Charlie a few pointers on how she would like him to paper the house. Inspired with artistic enthusiasm, the paper hangers inspect the dining room. Charlie notices a little statue of a Greek goddess. Not bothering to be subtle, Marta makes it clear she doesn't trust the two workers as far as she can throw them. Charlie and his boss return the insult as Charlie carefully pins their valuables safely inside his pocket. Charlie is intrigued with the nude statuette. Mistaking Billy's shouts as coming from his boss, the apprentice enters the kitchen by mistake. His musical mood interrupted, the boss is ready to start, telling Charlie what work to do. Charlie can't forget the little statue. Always concerned about neatness, the apprentice wipes his dirty hands, then carefully hides the evidence. Our boss is ready to start papering. He uses Charlie as a second ladder. Charlie is enchanted by the figurine. In a famous scene, Charlie playfully places the lampshade over the statue, giving it a grass skirt. Then he makes it dance the hoochie coochie. Impishly, he can't resist taking a peek. Charlie's mind just isn't on work. Marta and Edna have finally lit the faulty stove, while Billy gets later and later for the office. A little thing like an explosion isn't going to keep Billy from having a hot breakfast. He tries again. Marta sends Edna to the workers to get some matches to light the stove. Charlie drops everything. Help the pretty maid. While Marta explains her great problem with the old stove to Charlie, his boss is faced with one himself. While Marta and Billy stand back at a safe distance, Charlie lights the dangerous stove. It works perfectly. Charlie notices his boss's predicament. Using the brush as a razor, he shaves off the paste. Billy and Marta have a heated discussion over the cold stove. Charlie helps his boss to his feet in the slippery dining room. Billy is stubborn. He won't leave without breakfast. Charlie must act before the paste hardens on his boss's head. He makes sure the water is the right temperature and takes careful aim. Billy tries lighting the stove again. Upstairs, Charlie starts to paper a bedroom on his own. He carefully chooses just the right spot. But Charlie hasn't yet mastered the knack of paper hanging. Not discouraged, Charlie decides to start at the bottom and work his way up. Downstairs, his boss is just clearing his head. Edna decides to do some light dusting upstairs. Charlie admires his masterpiece. The presence of the pretty maid makes Charlie lose his composure and his aim. Charlie tells the sympathetic Edna the sad story of his life, while he manicures his nails with a trowel. All he does is work, 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 with nothing to show for it, except hangnails. Edna is touched by his story. Then Charlie touches Edna and leaves his mark on her. Charlie tries his best to wipe out the spot. Edna leaves in a huff, leaving Charlie in a romantic daze. Charlie goes back to work with renewed vigor. Downstairs, his boss is still cleaning up. Marta's secret lover, Leo White, arrives, thinking that her husband has left for the office. Edna shows the dandy in. Unaware of Billy's presence, he passionately woos Marta. Marta pretends that he is one of the paper hangers. She starts giving him instructions on how to paper the house. As Billy grows more suspicious, Marta carries on with her act. Edna is amazed at how Charlie has changed the decor of the room. Leo, the well-dressed laborer, joins the act by carrying a barrel upstairs. Billy accuses Marta of deceiving him. Marta succeeds in laughing off Billy's suspicions, and he decides it's time to rush to the office. He notices a flower that Leo had brought for Marta. Billy decides that Leo is really a gigolo, and he goes after him. The jealous husband gets his gun. Charlie is nicked by a wild bullet. He decides it's time to quit work for the day. The gunshot makes the leaky gas stove explode, leaving Charlie's boss to cool off in the tub. And the eternal triangle is safely separated, while Charlie emerges from his trapdoor safe and sound, having finished a good day's work.